Hey everyone, Bill Lowen here with another segment of the what, why, when, and how. And we're talking about fall cranking. You know, fall cranking to me is one of the funnest times of the year, and it's that time of the year when you get back in them shallow areas where the shad are migrating to. You know, sometimes we're talking about less than 3 foot, and it's really hard to find a square bill crankbait that'll perform in that type of shallow water, and that's exactly what the IMA Square Bill was built for. This bait was designed off of handmade balsa baits to run extremely shallow. This is a 3 foot deep bait on 12-pound line, so it's perfect for throwing up there where you typically wouldn't throw a square bill crankbait. The nastiest laydowns, the biggest stumps, anywhere that you want to throw this square bill, it's going to come back. Like I said, it excels extremely well in the fall, this time of the year when the shad get up there and the bait and the bass are up there running that bait. And a lot of times, boy, when you can get a square bill in places that a lot of guys aren't throwing a square bill, it's going to get you a lot more bites. My rod and reel and line setup is pretty simple for this technique. You can see here I got a loose reel. I like a 6.8 to 1 gear ratio reel, and the reason I do that is because I want to be able to manipulate that bait as much as I can. If I want to reel it slow, I just slow my retrieve down. If I want to reel it fast, I just wind a little faster. You know, I feel like if you use too low speed of a reel or too high speed of a reel, you're not going to get the action or the performance that you want. So I always go with a 6.8 to 1. 7 foot skeleton cranking rod, something that's got a little bit of tip but a little bit of backbone. Like I said, you're going to be throwing this bait up in places that you're going to need to get them fish out in a hurry. Line is typically 12-pound test, high seas fluorocarbon. Like I said, that bait's going to run about 3 foot deep on 12-pound line. If you want to make that bait shallower, you can bump it up to 15 or maybe even 20-pound test, but I wouldn't go any smaller than 12. Typically in the fall, I let the bait fish tell me when it's time to get out a shallow running crankbait. You know, all you have to do is simply drive up the lake, whether it's driving up a creek, a backwaters, a bay, and look for the bait. Typically for me, if there's no bait, I don't even make a cast. And what I mean by that is you're going to be idling along and you're going to be in areas that just look dead, and all of a sudden you're going to come around a bend or come into a pocket and the whole pocket's going to be alive. There's going to be bait flipping everywhere. There's going to be blue herons and birds on the shore feeding on the bait, and that is exactly what you're looking for. That's going to tell you exactly where you need to fish and when it's time to throw a crankbait like this. Depending on what color the water is going to decide on what color I use. If the water's got some clarity to it, I'm going to want to go with something in a shad color. Okay, if it's got a little bit of color to it, I'm going to want to go with something in chartreuse. Another big key color for me that time of the year is just a straight bone, which is kind of a off-white color. One of them 3 colors, depending on what color the water, is definitely going to get some bites for you.